and by the Park Oak Grove, the rental retirement community providing independent and assisted living services since 1989. The Park Oak Grove Retirement Community.
Hello, boys and girls,
and
ladies
all
and gentlemen, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to Cookin' Cheap.
It's good to
What
see all
season
of
is
you
this
again.
now? They tell me this is a new season.
Numero 19.
Nobody tells me anything. It is 19?
19.
Is that?
Yep, we've been here for 19 years.
Doesn't seem
although
like
you
a-
might not have been watching.
Doesn't
that
seem
long.
like a day over 30 to me.
Yep. You know, we meet kids. I grew up watching your show on TV. That's,
Yeah,
you know,
that
us
is
and
true.
Bob Barker.
Don't put me in with him.
Oh, we're particularly glad to see everybody back, and you'll be happy to know that everybody is still back from last year.
Everyone survived the intervening period and are all here. We have the lovely Miss Carol punching on the buttons back
Right.
there, and we got the very lovely Doris Ford standing by momentarily,
waiting to bring on
to
the
hog
dessert.
the microphone,
And
or
our
whatever else.
regular old crew.
Bunch of
They're
old
all a
geezers
year older, but they're still here.
and a couple of young geezers.
Right.
And they've all been with us a long time.
Well, we're just having so much fun on Cookin' Cheap these days, but I got to tell you a couple of things here, kiddies. If you're going to send your recipe to us, and we love to get recipes, be sure and put your name on every page, your name and address.
We
so that
want to
we
know who to blame.
And if you don't want us to use your name, we won't, but we would like to know where you are and when you send it to us. And so send those recipes in. There's an address at the end of the show, and you can either send them regular, old mail, expensive new mail price on it, or you can send it to us at our website on the internet
Okay.
through email.
Now, what's this device that you're giving me?
I don't know. Well, this is a gift from my friend Ann Cooney, and she works for a major healthcare operator. And
I want them to see this.
it's a ruler.
Now, don't tell them what it's for. Now, I got to tell you, I have been around a long time, but it looked just like a ruler to me. And I didn't know what all these notches were for. And it turns out this ordinary ruler has some very legitimate use.
Let's show everybody.
They invent something every day, ladies and gentlemen. When you're working with that hot stove, you can pull that out with that, and then you can push it back in with that. Isn't that amazing? Did you want to see that in slow motion, ladies and gentlemen? So there you go.
And we got
something new every day.
and we got other mail here, Larry. This was
Uh-oh, this is a danger.
to all of us, including Doris. Here, you read the note.
Doris, Laban, Larry, and the whole crew. Well, it's a right long letter. Am I supposed to read the whole letter? Ask Carol for permission to read the whole letter. Huh? First part. We'll leave out all the dirty stuff and whatever else. It took me a while to come up with something I thought would show a token of my appreciation for the wonderful show you guys put on. I contemplated just writing a letter, did the email thing, and it just didn't feel it was enough. So from my heart to your kitchen, please accept this homemade witch.
Oh, it's wonderful. The witches had a redo, a makeover, just like they do on Regis and Kathy Lee.
Laurie Kelb of Belmead, New Jersey.
Well, Laurie, we thank you for
Thank
the
you very
witch. That's great.
Well, I have a letter
Oh, you do?
that we got a couple of months ago. I love to get letters sometimes. This is to Doris Ford, Laban and Larry,
Oh, okay.
who gets top billing
Yes.
on this show. Watch your show every day. I'm from Rockbridge County, Virginia. But I will tell you, don't drive your truck with your gun in it to New Jersey. I did, and I'm in a New Jersey prison. Well, one more year I've got to watch you guys. And then he goes on to say, if you have any extra food, here is a list of what we can accept at the prison, and proceeds to outline how it has to be packaged and where it's got to be sent. And I am not going to tell this person's name because maybe Wayne will want to come back to this part and face his neighbors and friends. It's true. It is true.
People don't believe us sometimes, but we really do get stuff.
You remember that trip up to Reading a couple of years ago? Well, people are still sending pictures. That's Floriana. Well, that's her, and that's me, and that was at that big fundraiser. 800 crazed souls showed up to say hi to us. Thank you for sending the picture.
Well, let's, we
need the witch.
We're taping this show early in the winter, and it is as cold as a witch's broomstick.
That's true. There's a...
All right, now let's see what...
Well, she came back.
Well,
she's on your back.
Send her on her way.
On your back. Quick. What's it say?
Dear boy, I am so tired of eating out every night. Ever since we won the lottery, we have been eating out. My husband, his bubbiness, has gained 50 pounds and is fat as a hog.
Oh, dear.
Do you have a few easy recipes I could do at home if I can remember how to turn the stove on? Thanks for your speedy help. Signed, Georgia Money Pain, Point Puny, Illinois.
Point Puny. Haven't heard from there for a while. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do chicken casserole that was sent in by the very lovely and semi-voluptuous Christine and Jeffrey Verbus of Places Unknown, one of our favorite spots.
Right. And I'm doing a cream cheese corn recipe that looks to be real tasty.
Okay.
And I don't know who it was from.
Can I do something?
Sure.
I just need to do one quick thing, and then the whole show is yours. I'm out of here. I got things to do
thanks
at home.
so much.
Okay, I don't have time for the show. Anyway, I have to take about 4 chicken breasts and wash them off, and I'm going to boil them very quickly. Is that parboiling or pre-boiling? Come on, Doris. Come on, Doris. Work with me, babe.
Parboiling, because they're doing it halfway.
Yeah.
Parboiling, because you're only doing it. But I'm doing it all the way. Then I'm pre-boiling. All right.
Look, somebody left a message on the refrigerator.
What's it say?
It says, welcome back, dudes.
Dudes.
With a new little pink magnet. That's really nice.
Thank heavens to put the bucket in there. Always worries me the first time out. Okay, we're going to take about 4 chicken breasts and put them down in some water with a little salt. And I'm just going to boil them for a few minutes because we're going to chop them in a few minutes and put them into the casserole dish, and we'll put all the other goop in there. This is a real no-brainer, which I guess is why I got it. Anyway.
All right, now on this corn stuff, you start out with 1/4 of a cup of milk. Now, you could use skim milk, but they didn't have it in the little containers at the grocery store. What can you do? And 1/2 stick of margarine, and you could cut back on this. I think it's a little bit heavy.
Flavor. Guess what management's been into while
Oh no, been into eggnog. Well, I guess you work under some situations, you just end up that way. All right. Now
that was from Christmas 3 years ago. That date on there.
Okay, now
salt.
We have to melt the butter. And bring this to a complete simmer. And also, I've got to put in 4 ounces of cream cheese. And you know the terrible thing about cream cheese is it doesn't come in 4 ounces. The little packages are 3 ounces. The big ones are 8. So I got to cut this one in half. And maybe we'll have...
Why do people call for amounts that don't exist?
I don't know, but they do it a lot.
I got to open a couple of cans. I guess I can handle that. You know, that person at House and Garden in New York a couple of years ago said the only thing we knew how to do was open cans. A show like this just ruins our reputation. But it does call for a couple of cans of soup, cream of mushroom and cream of chicken. So I'm going to open those up right now. I'm also, simultaneous to that, heating up just a little bit of margarine because I'm going to have to do some Stovetop Stuffing, which I have never done before. Isn't that amazing?
I don't use it.
It is true. I don't. I make stuff up from scratch, but this one calls for everything. And so that calls for...
I didn't think I'd ever get the cream cheese.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's a mess.
1/4 cup of margarine, so I'm going to start melting that right now.
This is not cream cheese, incidentally. It's Neuchâtel. Is that right?
It's what?
It's Neuchâtel. Châtel.
Did you say that on television?
I just did. This is some kind of cream cheese
thought that was against
is
the law.
lower fat.
Oh, okay.
I'm afraid to use the fat-free since you have to heat it up, and I don't know exactly
You know,
what
the
that would do.
fat-free stuff doesn't do so good sometimes.
Yeah, it's great where you don't have to...
It gets kind of tough,
yeah,
rubbery.
You don't have to melt it or
No
anything.
one wants to come to your house and eat rubbery food.
Yep, that's certainly true. Especially at your house.
By the way, I read all the rude things you wrote about my party and my food that was on
Did you read
email
it?
today.
Oh, you got it and read it.
I certainly did.
Oh.
We'll have a conversation about it as we get off the air.
Uh-huh. No, Black.
No, it wasn't
party
too
that
bad.
Was
It wasn't
really
too
nice.
bad. Thank you.
Doris was there.
But I think you're wrong about loaves of bread not being taken out of the wrapper laying on the table.
No,
You
there
can't
was a
see
big
so
pile
well
of some
anymore.
kind of biscuits or buns laying in the bags over on the table.
Not laying
they
in the
were.
bags on the table.
And of course, I was just recovering my vision at that
Well, I
point.
was going to
but
say, I mean, you came in with a, well, never mind.
a seeing eye dog.
Seeing eye dog and a cane, what would you know? Did you see, you were at that party, weren't you? Did you see anything laying in, she didn't see it. And Doris has perfect eye, 20/20, I say.
Well,
She didn't see it.
among the very few things left that either Doris or I had that were perfect.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and start sort of mixing some of the other stuff.
Okay,
Needs
go
to be
ahead. This
mixed
is going
in
to
here.
take a while.
A can of cream of mushroom, which has a real peculiar sort of purple cast under these lights for some strange reason. Not real attractive. And I got a house brand of this stuff because I saved a lot of money on it. That's one of the theories of cooking cheap, you know, is to save money. So, and a can of cream of chicken. What are you laughing at?
About the...
Saving money, or
Uh-huh.
or accusing me of having
No,
loaves of bread laying around?
Well, he did, ladies and gentlemen. They were Pepperidge Farm or something like that, and they were laying right on his table.
We're not.
And I had major eye surgery just a few days before, but I could see well enough.
I had those little square ones that you buy,
Right.
and they were not in a container. They were all laid right there on the platter, right, see, piled up beside the smoked turkey and smoked ham.
He had a wonderful party, but it
keep
was
saying
really
that.
weird.
And 8 ounces of sour cream. Now, all that goes in, and you just mix it up pretty well. Probably could have used a whisk, but this will do fine. This will do for the likes of me today. And I'm going to mix that because we're going to pour this on top of the chicken as soon as the chicken gets done. And I'm heating up a little margarine now, and I'm getting ready to do some stovetop stuffing per the instructions on the package, which calls for a cup and a quarter, a cup and 2/3 of water. And the sound you hear in the background, little feet shuffling off into the distance, is the very lovely Doris searching diligently because it's the first show and we haven't been able to find everything yet. And look at her, she's wonderful. She really is. She always comes through. So anyway, I'm heating that up, and I've got to turn that up a little bit. So, cup and a quarter.
Well, my cream cheese is still melting in this sauce. Now, this recipe calls for a cup and a half of corn, and it could be fresh corn and probably be a lot better. However, since this is January and the corn on the cob has been imported from someplace far, far away and it's not very tasty, it's cheaper to use frozen. So,
speaking of this time of the year, we are, as this show is being taped, have just gone through the terrible ice age in these parts. And for those of you who think that old Lair has never done an honest day's work in his life, I just want you to see this. I went out, look at these. Can you see them? Look at that. Isn't that horrible? I literally have blisters on my hands. Oh. For those of you who... Come on, guys. Empathize.
all right, well,
Go
now
ahead.
I'm going to throw in a cup and a half of corn. This is a 16-ounce package.
It's a brutal bunch this year, have you noticed? Same
And
brutal bunch as last year.
Not quite the whole package.
Hey, Hammerstrom, did you bring any gum today? You can tell it's early in the season. He's not bored enough to crack his gum yet.
And
Oh, whoa!
And this corn, good grief, that looks like
See, that's a
pancake
little
batter.
flavor pack. That's where all the flavor is in this stuff, and you pour that in there.
Now,
I gotta
what
heat
you
that
have
up.
to do here is just kind of keep stirring the corn until it kind of warms up.
You know, I
because
missed
it was
I missed the rehearsal of this show, and so therefore are we going to have the Cook sisters? I can't remember.
No,
Are
I
they
don't
coming?
think. No, I don't believe so.
They're not coming in?
No, they will eventually.
Oh,
but I don't
okay.
think they're going
All
to
right.
be here today.
I've just got to
They're
start
still
attending
in the
some
home.
meetings. I just start to have to come over here a little bit early.
You know, I got to thinking, wouldn't it be great when the Cook sisters and Doris and you and me all end up in the nursing
All in the
home?
same home.
Oh,
Okay. Now I
I
have.
can hear Doris now. Your bedpan isn't straight.
She tells me that now. Okay. I'm taking this pre-boiled chicken breast out, and you just take this chicken boozy and just chop it, because it's going to finish cooking. It's just a little bit raw in the center, but it's going to finish cooking for an hour at 3 something or the other. What? 3. Wouldn't it have been nice if I'd have done some of this in advance? 3:25. Yeah, I'm a busy man with a TV show. What can I tell you? So anyway, chop that into bite-sized morsels is what it says, and that's what we're doing right now. So it's going to finish cooking, all right, in the oven. Otherwise, you get, what is that they used to say, you come down with hypophobia or something? I never did figure out what that was, but anyway. And I'll have the stovetop stuffing done in just a minute. I'm terribly worried about it. You want to share the recipes, or do you have anything to do, Laban?
No, I don't. My dish is totally finished. I told you it was easy. Let's bring in the lovely Doris.
I can't bring in the lovely Doris. Hold the microphone and do this at the same time. Come here, Doris.
Oh, here I'll
No, it's all right. I'll bring her in.
You don't have any room.
Oh, watch out with that knife.
She ruined a perfectly good bit. She ruined a perfectly... Come here, Doris. I want... Somebody left this. I have no idea. It's a wire for you. Here's the microphone.
All right.
There you are. It's the only one we have.
Okay. Well, Doris, just come on over here. Oh,
Oh, the indignity.
well, Doris, you know, one is never enough with Doris.
Well, they said you can make both of them, and I left my recipe over there. But let me run and get it a minute.
All right. Oh, I'm telling you, what can you do? There.
This is just, I had a hard time getting here.
She's wearing us out.
I had a hard time getting here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you come by sleigh?
Well, almost. It's still iced up on our side, really. I had to make a cream puff cake, and I made both of them because she said you could use chocolate in one and vanilla in the other one. So I made both, and the cake part takes 1 stick of butter, 1 cup of milk, 1 cup flour, and 4 eggs. This is the same way you make cream puffs. And she doesn't say about beating the eggs in one at a time, which is what I did, rather than put them in it all at one time. Beat them individually until they make a nice batter. And then for the filling, holy moly.
I can't get it open. It's hermetically sealed. It won't come out. Excuse me. I'm sorry, folks. Go ahead. Did I get any on you?
Well, as long as it didn't go in the
But you know, I wish all the food poisoners out there would pay attention and understand that you have made our lives miserable in the kitchens because everything is
Couldn't
sealed
get it open. I was
as tight
panicky.
as a tick.
It's just horrible.
Okay.
Go ahead, Doris. Don't let us interfere.
Okay, and then for the filling, you take 2 packages of French vanilla instant pudding, 1 package vanilla instant pudding, 4 cups of milk, and 8 ounces of cream cheese. Now, I softened the cream cheese up real good, but with the second one, I really beat it. I mean, you have to beat it real good, otherwise the lumps, you couldn't get all the lumps out of it. So beat your cream cheese first, and then add your vanilla pudding and whatever. Put it on the top, and cover it with Cool Whip. And you can see how it puffs up. You cook the shell by itself, and it puffs up really pretty. Let me see if I can get you out a piece.
You say you're puffed up real bad.
Really.
I haven't been paying attention.
It says 30 minutes, but and I did it this morning because...
You know, it looks so natural on television.
I know.
One would hardly know it's all completely
You
fake.
expect it's going to raise up out of the coffee in a minute.
the spatula.
Yeah. Now, you only got about 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, I need to talk
You can get
slow.
that out
I
of
just
there.
banged the thing, probably hurt somebody's ears back there. This is the vanilla one, and the cream puff pastry, I did it all this morning because I'm not too sure about instant pudding. And I think you have to make it the same day that you're going to serve it. I don't know how in the world you're supposed to get these out.
You know,
without cutting my good pan.
You could probably make this into here. Use my knife. You could probably do this with Doris, with egg beaters or egg substitute, and the fat-free Cool Whip that only has Cool Whip or any of those things that are fat-free really only has a teeny little bit of sugar in it.
Because this called for the instant pudding too, and I should think that would...
Do you want to use this knife?
No, because this is my good pan.
Oh, okay.
And if anything happens to these good pans, somebody's in trouble. So I have to leave them down here for y'all, so better not be any scratches in my pan when I pick it up next week.
Excuse me, guys.
Nah, we don't need...
I got to finish this.
Well, go ahead.
Why?
Go ahead.
How long does it take to get it out of there?
A lot.
I know, it's
Okay,
terrible,
we
isn't
got to
it?
finish
Look.
this recipe
There's your
in 5
chocolate.
minutes or less. Here we go. All right, so you got all the chicken all chopped up, and it's in your casserole dish. And now you take all of this mixture of soups, and you put that on top. Sorry, we had to stop the continuing saga of Doris Ford and the cake that took too long, but we do have to finish what we started here on the show. All right, so take that and put that in there. That's going to do a real nice job in that. It's a little big. Just a little big. That's okay. And then you take your prepared stovetop stuffing and just fluff it around on top there. Gosh, that's a mess. This stuff is turned into glue. Look at that, Johnson. It's glue. You could put wallpaper up with this stuff. In fact, I do have a couple of... Now, what you do, once you do that and fluff it all around, make it look real pretty, ain't that lovely? Anyway, next thing you do is you throw that in the oven for 45 minutes at 325 degrees, and you serve it hot. And it really does smell right good. It's not bad at all, really.
Well, it looks real beauticious.
I think I'll put a little pepper on it because I don't think it has enough.
You know,
of
while
anything
you're
in
doing
it.
that,
Oh,
maybe
let's show
we ought to
recipes.
give the recipe.
Yes, go ahead.
All right, the cream cheese corn has a 1/4 cup of milk, 4 ounces of cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of margarine or butter, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, and 12 ounces, that's 1.5 cups of whole kernel corn. And it would be great with fresh corn, but if you can't get fresh corn that's good, use frozen corn.
The chicken casserole calls for 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, a can of cream of mushroom, a can of cream of chicken soup, 8 ounces of sour cream, medium onion. Oh, I forgot the onion altogether.
What in the
I forgot the onion altogether, and Laban forgot that he's connected to a microphone cord.
I tied my foot
And a
up.
package of Stovetop Stuffing. And Doris has already given you hers. And Doris, I need that menu. I need that thing over here, please. Doris is going to get it right now. Are you all right? Are you okay?
Yes,
I thought you were going to put the wall out
I
there
thought I
for
was
a minute.
going right through the pig.
And something to serve it with. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. Well, it looks real pretty.
Well, so does this
But
corn.
then what's
And
it supposed to look
And the
like?
cream puff cake.
Well,
looks
did you
real.
all, get me a big enough piece or what?
Well, you
That's
know,
bigger than my
you
car.
have a heartier appetite. Because you've been out shoveling snow
that's
and doing
bigger than
real
my car.
heavy-duty things.
All right, well, we'll try this stuff and see what it's like. You try mine, I try yours.
All right.
What is this stuff?
What?
That you
It's
made?
corn with some kind of cream
I'm
sauce.
paying attention.
I mean, you could buy cream-style corn, but this is, I think, better.
Tastes just like the Del Monte stuff out of the can. What's that like?
This is really good.
Isn't it, though? It really is.
Yes, it is.
Well, let me try this big old gloppy dessert that Doris did. Doris, do you reckon you got enough Cool Whip on it? Jeez. Well, I tell you, it's right good.
Well, the corn is real good.
All of it is.
Now, let me try one little corner of this.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
Hope your doctor's not watching. Well, there you have it. It's just amazing. More recipes from viewers, et cetera,
And we're so glad to be back with you in your living room, your bedroom, your bathroom, or even perhaps your kitchen.
I'm just glad our timing's not off as bad as I thought it was going to be. We actually finished up.
These are both really good main
this-
dishes, and that's a great dessert.
I was kidding about the creamed corn. It really does taste like freshly creamed corn.
Uh-huh.
It really does.
Yeah, very
It's
good.
amazing.
So try it at home.
You've got to be kidding.
You mean we have time left?
We have time to do
Well, let me tell
a
you
reading, if we would
about
like.
the time that Doris and I spent being operated on all
Oh,
summer.
no one wants to
no.
hear all of that.
No, it's a miracle we're both still here. Doris's teeth fell out and my eyes gave out.
I'm having nothing to do with this conversation. I've been working
But
out.
we're okay.
I've
That's
been
what's
working
important.
out at the gym. I'm in wonderful health, I'm happy to say.
He'll be the first one to go.
I'm gonna have the big one right here on the set one day because these guys are about to work me to death. I certainly have worked my last nerve. Well, hey, listen, that's it.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Cookin' Cheap is brought to you by Kroger. Quality, selection,
The event.